the City of Salem Budget Committee for Monday, June 3rd, 2013 at 5:30. And call out of order, and we'll stand for the pledge. Or pledge, and then we'll do roll call afterwards. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If the recorder could call roll, please.
Mayor Peterson? Absent. Member Bennett?
Are you here, Chuck? Here.
Member Tesler?
Present.
Member Nanke?
Here.
Member Clausen?
Here.
Member Dickey?
Here.
Member Thomas?
Here.
Member Benars? Absent. Member Clem? Absent. Member Berger?
Here.
Member Kylowite?
Here.
Member Bailey?
Here.
Member George? Absent. Member Wildfang?
Here.
Member Gonzalez? Absent. Member Benjamin?
Here.
Member Clark?
Here.
Member Pruitt?
Here.
All right, thank you everybody for coming out for this special meeting. Let's start off with a motion for the minutes from May 8th.
So moved. Second.
All right, moved by
To
Member Dickey.
approve the minutes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's good. That works for me. Moved by Member Dickey and seconded by Member Thomas to approve the minutes from May 8th. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. Motion passes. At this point, I think we can skip by the goal setting policy, and Kelly has some thoughts for us on what we're here for.
And thank you all. Kelly Jacobs, Management Analyst for the city. Thanks for being here and making this possible. You have two handout items in your packet. One is a errata sheet number 6, and it's to correct Scrivener errors in trust and agency. And if you recall, on April 25th, I did probably the fastest review of a budget ever experienced in these chambers. And the reward I get for doing that is we get to revisit this budget this evening. So there's no problem with the total resources or total expenditures. What we're asking you to approve are corrections to basically Scrivener errors where we had some inconsistency in the detail, but the line item or the total for resources, the total for expenditures remains unchanged from what you saw on April 24th. This is just a cleanup exercise, and so we're asking you to approve this Scrivener report.
Move approval of errata 6.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second for the approval of errata number 6. Any discussion? No, and as a side, there's nobody signed up to speak from the public. So seeing no discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. Motion passes. We have no other business? No other business from the committee?
You do?
Well,
We
need
have
to do
one
item 6.
other
That was
item.
4.
Oh, thank you. You're right. Darn. I was trying to get us out of here quick, Brad. All right, so then item number 6.
Item 6 on your agenda is the request that the committee amend its recommendation of the fiscal year 2013 budget, the recommendation that was made on May 8th, to include an additional appropriation for the parking fund. And that additional appropriation is $560,000, and it's to accommodate repairs to the Chemeketa elevators. The reason we're asking you to do this in this manner is that this was discovered during our reappropriations process as we were working together as staff to decide the projects that need to be carried over into the next fiscal year. And we realized that this $560,000 project actually exceeded the 10% rule in budget law, which means that the City Council cannot approve an appropriation that exceeds 10% of what this body recommended. And so we have to come back to you to include this appropriation in your recommendation so that we can move forward with these projects in fiscal year 13-14. So we need you to amend your recommendation by $560,000.
Look for a motion on this.
So moved.
All right, and a second. All right, moved by Member Tesler to, for staff recommendation, and seconded by Member Bennett. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jacobs. No other business, and we will adjourn. Thanks, everybody, again for being
Thank you.
here.
It's been a
And then
pleasure.
we'll do
Thank you,
the
guys.
urban renewal
Yes.
agents.
And we're going to take just a 2-minute break while we reshuffle for the Urban Renewal Agency.
Thank you.
Call a meeting of the special meeting of the Urban Renewal Agency for the City of Salem on June 13th to order. If the recorder could call a roll.
Board Member Bennett,
Here.
Board Member Tesler,
Present.
Board Member Nanki,
Here.
Board Member Clausen, Board Member Dickey,
Here.
Board Member Thomas,
Here.
Board Member Bednarz, absent, Board Member Clem, absent, Chair Peterson, absent.
Thank you. Pardon me, we've already done the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilor Nanki, could you give me a motion for approval of the special meeting agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would move approval of the special meeting agenda for Urban Renewal Agency of June 3rd, 2013.
Second.
Second by Clausen. All those in, any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. There's no members of the public present, so we'll go to our action item 4A. Mr. Wales, do you want to talk to us about this? Or do I?
Yes, we can give a brief summary. Oh, well, why don't we get a motion and then we'll do that.
Move staff recommendation.
Second by Clausen.
Yes.
Mr. Wales, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Good evening. John Wales, Urban Development Department. Thank you. The item before you tonight is a summary of an action on 2 loans that were made by the Urban Renewal Agency using CDB, actually using home funds, federal home funds, on a property back in 1999 and 2000. And what we have been working on, what has happened here is that the unit has been vacated and went into default, and it ended up in the ownership of the Owners Association. And the issue is now that the Owners Association and the entire complex has a water problem for the entire 34 units, and they are looking to take a loan out of about $55,000 to $60,000 to correct that problem, but they need to resolve or make us whole in some way. What they've asked is, and what they've agreed to do is the following. One, that they will pay our first loan off immediately, $10,000, leaving the $11,000 loan. That they will then make a special assessment. The Owners Association will make a special assessment on the individual condominium units. It's about $330 per unit, which they will collect over a 3-month period. And they will pay off our second loan through that mechanism. In return, they're asking for the loan that our $11,000 loan that's still in place be subordinated to the new loan that they want to take out against this unit that they've acquired, so that they can go ahead and correct the water problem. And the reason that this is time sensitive is that they have an agreement in place to acquire equipment and to use equipment to correct the water problem that they have to act on by the end of the week. And that's the reason for the urgency to put all this in place. And so we're asking the city manager to give the city manager the authority to put those agreements and subordination agreements in place to make that happen.
Any questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Seeing no other business, the Urban Renewal Agency is adjourned.